Hey guys, so I'm still here at the park, and I figured I'd shoot one more video before I head on out and grab some dinner. And what I wanted to talk about in this video was doing the best you can to limit the range of emotions you experience. And again, let me say for the 100th time that I know this sounds a little too quaint. It sounds very nice in theory, but in practice it's probably much harder. But again, if you can even take just a part of this and make it usable for you, that's what's really important. And when I talk about limiting the range of emotions you experience, I don't really mean, trying to avoid certain emotions or not experiencing certain emotions. I know, because that's impossible. I mean, if I said, if you had a really bad day at work, don't be sad, don't be angry, don't be frustrated, it's not going to happen. It's not feasible. And I know that's the mistake I feel a lot of mental health professionals, a lot of people who do not understand mental illness make, is that they say, oh, it's okay, it's not that bad, remain upbeat or stay positive, or, it's not feasible. For those of you out there who have been suffering mental illness like me for a number of years, 5, 6 years, some of you much longer, 10, 20, 30 years, it doesn't work. You can't just say, oh, everything's fine, just sort of put those negative emotions in your back pocket and forget about them, brush them off, dust yourself off. It doesn't work like that. What I mean by limiting your emotions is trying to, in any given situation, trying to discard those emotions that are not directly tied to the experience, or that are not really relevant. And let me go into a little bit better explanation about that. For any mental illness, you're going to experience a wide range of emotions: sadness, anger, frustration, depression, guilt, confusion. It's just, I don't have to go, I can go on and on, but you get the idea. A wide range of emotions. And what tends to happen is that there's a snowball effect where, you have a certain line of thinking associated with one emotion, which leads to another line of thinking, which leads to another line of thinking, and you end up experiencing a million emotions at once. For example, when you're very depressed, like I was in my last, it would be two videos ago now, where I was talking about, the suicidal thoughts and just being really down in the dumps. It wasn't just one emotion I was talking about. I was talking about guilt, for not sort of stepping up and getting over this, regret about the past, frustration about things that I have done, I haven't done, depression about my current situation, future, all of that stuff. But again, it all sort of started with one thought, with one idea, and it sort of snowballs out of control, and you start experiencing a wide range of emotions. Don't do that. Do not do that. No, it sounds very simple. Do not do that. It would really be wonderful if life were that simple. Just don't do that. All right. Hey, everything works. But seriously, trying to limit the range of emotions. If you're having a really bad day at work, you come home, you're frustrated, you're depressed, do not let that one experience or that one emotion snowball into other useless emotions. For example, you have a bad day at work, you come home depressed. Like I have plenty of times at CVS. You start thinking really bad about yourself. You start regretting life. You start, you're no longer just sad and frustrated, but now you're angry. You're bitter. It sort of spirals out of control. And I know it's very hard to sort of rein in those emotions, but sort of, look, if you need to be negative, if you need to be down, focus on the sadness, focus on the frustration. Do not let it grow. Do not let it manifest itself. I would also like to suggest a quick switch where, if you're really down on yourself, when you're going through a particularly rough situation, try, again, I'm sort of bringing it all full circle here, but don't try to make the quick switch. Bring yourself to a more neutral place. But it's sort of applying all these things together. And again, I know I really, I don't want to bring that up because I know it's a lot harder. If you're taking it, even for me, if I have a really bad day at CVS where it's just like the brain fog and the social anxiety all sort of come crashing down on me, there's no way I'm going to probably bring myself to being in a neutral mood when I get home. But at the same time, I'm not going to drag the past with me where it's like, oh, my life is worthless, oh, I have no... I'm not going to let it spiral out of control. I'm going to try and control it so where, yes, I'm still experiencing the negativity. Yes, I may experience still some unpleasant emotions, but I'm sort of managing it a little bit better. I'm sort of focusing it to a specific point, to a specific area. And I think that's important only because, when it does snowball out of control like that, experiencing 1 or 2 or 3 negative emotions, no matter how strongly you experience them, is always better than experiencing 7 or 8 or 9. Even if you don't experience those as intensely, because you're sort of, constantly bouncing from one emotion to the next, it lingers, it festers, it's hard to break out of that. In the short term, it sort of seems to just stick with you for a while. So, this is just a little bit a short video, but I just wanted to, suggest trying doing that. I really haven't had to apply it recently. I'm going to be going back to school on Monday, and all the true tests are going to start popping up on Monday. I already know what's going to happen. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to start falling asleep in half my classes. I'm going to fall asleep while driving. If I start working, it's going to be all that frustration. But really, that's going to be the true test. Does this work? Look, things don't always have to work 100% of the time. If this helps me 1 out of 10 times, that I normally come home depressed from school, depressed from work, if that helps me 1 out of 10 times, then it's working. Obviously, I would like my success rate to be higher, but you know what? Life isn't perfect. Nothing is perfect. You just want something that works even a little bit of the time. So I hope that piece of advice is able to help some of you out there. I know a lot of the advice I've been giving, especially in this video, my prior one, it's sort of like, is it really going to work? Can I actually use it? But just, I hope it does. I really hope it does. And, yeah. So, thanks for watching. And I will see you guys later.